Good afternoon, loves. Let's talk about how the world caters to women and not men. Let's start with Mother's Day. When Mother's Day come up, the world stops. Literally, people bow down to women. They go spend all their money on them. There's sales, there are commercials, and that's because women are taught how to be catered to. Women are taught that we can do whatever it is that we want to do and there are no consequences behind it. We are taught entitlement and not accountability. And that's why we can do so much and we don't expect anyone to correct us. I'm a woman, so I can be honest about it. So let's go to the men. While we are being taught that men are being taught to provide, to get some vagina, to get some money, they are not taught how to communicate and show emotions, because showing emotions shows that you are weak, you a punk, you being sassy, you acting like a B word, you acting like a woman. And men don't do that. That's why 9 times out of 10, a lot of these men overwork themselves. A lot of these men don't feel like they are loved because they never got a chance to feel it. Now, some men I can say had a great upbringing and they have got a chance to be able to communicate and be able to show their emotions without there being any type of feedback negatively from it. But let's be realistic. A lot of men have not grown up with a father. They don't like their mothers for real. And at the end of the day, baby, some of these men had to raise themselves. Now let's talk about them getting some cheeks. Men are taught early by even an uncle, a cousin, whoever, bringing an older woman around and allowing them to take their innocence. That's why you have a lot of men growing up confused, lost, hypersexual, lustful, and many other things because in their mind they were taught this is how a man supposed to live, not knowing that their innocence was taken away and they are now a victim. There are more women pedophiles than there are men, but that's another story for another day. Most of these men grow up doing exactly what they were taught. Make their woman happy, get some money, shut up because nobody cares and no one is listening. So they live their lives about being solo. That's why a lot of men are in survival mode and do a lot of things on their own because they do not believe that anyone cares. No one cares about my feelings. No one cares about my thoughts. No one cares about me as a man. That's why when Father's Day comes around, you don't see too many commercials. You don't see anyone stopping their lives when it comes to Father's Day. People still go to work. People still do whatever it is as if it is a normal day because the world does not cater to men. Men know that the gifts that they will receive will be the same gifts they've been getting for over the last few years. They know that women is not going to go all out for them as much as they will go all out for their woman. They understand that I should not get my expectations up because no one is going to go all out for me like I go all out for me. No one is going to go all out for me like my kids go all out for me. That's why most of these men, they don't express themselves because they already know I'm going to be called everything but a man. And no one even cares. So I have to shut down, isolate, be inconsistent, figure it out, still make everybody else happy while no one haven't even asked me how my day gone. Have I eaten today? Am I okay? That's why when you do get to a point of a woman doing so, they don't know how to answer it because they're not used to people being nice to them because the world is not nice to men. That's why when you are a nice woman to a man, he might do something to self-sabotage it because in his mind, no one is ever this nice. No one is ever this nice. For women, we understand that people can be nice because, again, the world catered to us. Men don't get that, so it's a confusion, and it's like, why is she doing all of this for me? She must want something from me if she's doing all of this. Now, some of them will take advantage of you being nice because, again, they have never had it, so they're going to take advantage of it, excuse me, instead of appreciating it. A lot of these men are out here trying to figure it out. And they're trying to figure it out because they are still battling with emotions from their childhood that they cannot release to anyone. So they go to drugs, they go to sex, they go to overworking themselves until they are exhausted, until their health is all out of whack. Like even going to the doctors or to the dentist is really obsolete for them because they didn't even get that as children. So a lot of these men are really learning how to be young boys in men body. And they still trying to figure out who they are. But you have to understand that they have trust someone in their lives with their emotions, and they have got it thrown back in their face, or like I said, no change behavior. So they keep a lot of things to themselves and they just say, okay, I'm better off by myself because no one is going to understand what I am going through. Men and women operate out of two different ways. And once a woman understands that a man doesn't think like her, move like her, and once a man actually understands that the woman doesn't move and think like him, we can move forward. But we both have to be open-minded of what the other person is going through. If you was homeless today as a woman, you have welfare. If a man is homeless today, he don't have nowhere to go. He might end up on the streets or he might end up on his homeboy couch if he have any homeboys, but 9 times out of 10, a man knows if I fall off today, I have nowhere to go. Unless it's a woman that's going to let them in, because I was always taught a man will always have a place to go because a woman will always let him in. And 9 times out of 10, men know how women operate. Women don't know how men operate. And that's where women miss out on because men learn women at an early age. Women don't learn men. Women learn women. And that's why they have an advantage over women. So at the end of the day, remember, a lot of these men are going through a lot of emotional warfare, mental warfare, spiritual warfare, because they are unable to communicate how they truly feel and what they are going through because the world does not cater to their mental health. It does not cater to them. They are looked as dollar signs from the time they are kids. So with that being said, I hope that this helped you today. This is just my perspective. You can trust me or not.